Hello everyone, thank you for watching my video today on graphing ellipses. This is our third conic section after looking at circles and parabolas. Now we're going to talk about graphing an ellipse. First of all, an ellipse is a set of all points P such that the sum of the distances between P and two distinct fixed points called the foci is a constant. What does that mean? That means if I pick any random point on the focus and measure its distance here and here, and I pick any other random point on this, how about here, and measure those distances here and here, and I add those distances up, they're going to be equivalent. Okay, so the distance between the two foci and another point in the two foci, if I add those together, will be the same. Here's the equation of an ellipse with a horizontal major axis. And here's the equation of an ellipse with a vertical major axis. You can see they're pretty much exactly the same. The only thing I did is I switched A and B around. What you need to know about an ellipse is that the bigger number is always going to tell you what kind of ellipse it's going to be. If the bigger number is under X, it's a horizontally stretched ellipse. If the bigger number is under Y, it's a vertically stretched ellipse. In order for it to be in standard form, the right side of the equation must equal 1. A is the distance from a center to a vertex, B is the distance from a center to a covertex, and C is the distance from a center to a focus. And we use this equation right here, C equals plus or minus the square root of A squared minus B squared, to be what we're going to find to help us graph our foci. Let's take a look at a couple problems here before we graph. No graphing yet. We'll get into that on the next slide. But first of all, just looking at this, I know this is an ellipse because it's in standard form. And it says equals 1, so that's great. Now, the center is going to be at 0, 0 because we're not subtracting or adding anything to y or x. A is 8 and B is 6. A is under x, so I'm going to move 8 in the direction of left and right from the center. B is under y, so the covertices, I'm going to move 6 in the directions of up and down from the center. And from there, we can find the foci as well. All right, what if the center is not 0, 0? What if it's at negative 7, 5? A is 5, B is 2. Since A is under y, to find the vertices, I move up and down 5 units from the center. To find the covertices, I move left and right 2 units from the center. Those are our covertices. What if it's not in standard form? No big deal. We'll just divide through by 36. And simplify. And now we can answer all the questions as needed. Our center is at negative 2, 1. A is 6, B is 3. So the vertices will move 6 left and right from the center. And the covertices are going to move 3 up and down from the center. Here's our first graph. I know it's going to be a horizontal ellipse because the bigger number is with x, under x. It's already in standard form. It equals 1. So my center is going to be at 2, negative 3. Let's go ahead and plot that. The vertices, we're going to move 5 left and right from there. The covertices, we're going to move 2 up and down. And we'll do the foci after this. Let's graph it first. There's my graph of my ellipse. Not a very good graph, but I did the best I could. Now to find the foci, remember we're going to use this equation right there. Square root a squared minus b squared to find c. C equals root a squared minus b squared. Which luckily is a whole number. This does not happen very often. So how do we use that 3? We're going to add and subtract 3 to the center, to the x-coordinate of the center, because this is a horizontal ellipse. So -1, -3, and 5, -3. And there's our foci. Last one. It's not in standard form as of now, so we're going to start by dividing through by 144 to make it say equals 1. And that's going to give us x squared over 4 plus y squared over 36 equals 1. So our center is at 0, 0. A is 2 and B is 6. I'm sorry. A is 6 and B is 2. A is under y, so we're going to move 6 up and down. And 2 left and right. So let's stop there and let's plot that. There's our ellipse. C value is going to be plus or minus 36 minus 4, plus or minus root 32, plus or minus 4 root 2. So we're going to move up and down 4 root 2 from the center. So 0, 4 root 2. 4 root 2, root 32 is a little bit less than 6. So our foci should be just under 6. And there we have it. Thank you for watching my video today on graphing ellipses. We'll see you again soon.